Narcissism from a Spiritual Perspective, Part 33. If you're new, welcome, and if you haven't done so, check out the playlist down here. I've got a bunch of videos on this topic, so grab your popcorn and start binge watching. Be sure to check out the links in my bio. I've got a Narcissism from a Spiritual Perspective community mailing list, and I've got resources to help you heal post-narcissistic abuse. If you're interested in coaching packages, go ahead and check out the link as well. I'm here to help you reprogram your mind and find the power within yourself post-narcissistic abuse. When you begin to look at narcissism from a higher perspective, I like to refer to looking at it through God's eyes. You can take that experience and learn a lot about the deep inner childhood wounds that were inside of you. If you dig deep and deep and deep inside of yourself and you go through your family's bloodline, whether it be through your maternal side or your paternal side, you might be able to find clues as to why you experienced that experience with a narcissist in your life. A lot of people don't understand the concept of generational trauma. The idea that things get passed on from generation to generation to generation, and there are patterns that present itself with each new generation that repeat and repeat over again until it hits you, the generational curse breaker. You're the one in your family's bloodline that awakens up to the truth and understands that there was an unclean spirit, there was a trauma, there was a demonic spirit that entered through your family's bloodline that has gone through people in your family, and you have woken up to the truth. Narcissists can be in vibrational alignment to that trauma or that wound or that inner child pain that you have inside of you, and you don't even realize it. Because that inner childhood wound was so deep in your subconscious, it made up your frequency. And that narcissist frequency was a perfect match to you. And a lot of us don't realize that there is trauma inside of us that we're dealing with because we've never addressed it. And when you are done with the dance of the narcissist, it's an opportunity for you to address those traumas because you are so hurt by the narcissist and the darkness of the narcissist that eventually it's going to lead you to the light within yourself. And that light is going to shine on the darkness that's inside of you that was in alignment with that narcissist spirit in your life. You have to understand that we are in a spiritual battle right now, light versus darkness. And the darkness preferred method of integrating into this third dimension is through the narcissistic spirit. And it is through that narcissistic person that houses that narcissistic spirit that the enemy uses to try to dim the light of those operating with the light of God. If you don't address those inner childhood wounds, then you are not removing it from your vibrational frequency, and you will continue on attracting people that have those similar characteristics and qualities that houses the narcissistic spirit. If you had healed that trauma in your family's bloodline, you would have met the narcissistic spirit or the narcissist, and you would not give them the time of day. You would not enter into any engagement with them because your frequency would be much more higher than their low vibration frequency. This is why a lot of people, when they heal, they look back and they're like, what was I thinking? The narcissistic spirit does such a great job at making you remove the focus on yourself and putting your focus on the person outside of you, that narcissistic person, focusing on the nasty things they say to you, the actions that they do to you, and you are basically unconsciously giving up your energy to that demon inside of that person. This is why when you're on the verge of healing or you're on the path to healing, you have to completely remove any attention on the narcissist and put that attention back on yourself. Because those spirits inside of the narcissistic person, they just want to destroy you. They want to steal from you. They want to dim your light. And you have to find that strength to not allow any of that nonsense to happen. And you do that by focusing on yourself and the light of God that lies within you. You have to learn to not feed into their nonsense. A lot of us have gotten into situations with narcissists, romantic relationships with them, because we did not address the trauma that was inside of us, the trauma that was passed on from generation to generation. I'll give you an example. Maybe you had like a great grandfather that had a bunch of children out of wedlock, and he just was known for cheating on his spouse. That pain of his spouse got carried on and passed on from generation to generation. And then maybe you found yourself in a situation where you attracted somebody who was known as a cheater. That frequency of feeling betrayed by cheating is inside of you, and you attracted that experience in your life. Obviously, I'm not saying you attracted it consciously. No one would want to attract that experience in your life, but there was something that was in your subconscious. I know a lot of this could be kind of far-fetched and it's wild stuff, but you could be like, wait, I've got to pay for what, my ancestors did? Yeah. In some cases you do. Because it's in your blood, it's in your DNA, it's in your frequency. And because you are the generational curse breaker, you're aware of it, and you also allow the light of God to work in you, and you do research, and you learn methods and tools on how that stops with you. Now, I know some people might hear this and think that I'm just talking hodgepodge nonsense or whatever, and okay, whatever. I mean, everybody's entitled to feel what they want to feel, but I'm telling you that when you start going and researching your family's bloodline, things will begin to make sense. And if you are the one that actually takes the time to learn about this, then you most likely are the generational curse breaker of your family, and you are the one that could save future generations from not having to deal with the trauma that was passed down. So in summary, when you're dealing with the narcissistic spirit, when you allow the light of God to operate inside of you, God will make the secret things that were unknown known. He will begin to shine light on the darkness, and you will gain wisdom and knowledge to help you defeat whatever it is you need to defeat and become a better version of who you were. You look at the narcissist as the catalyst to your spiritual awakening journey. You recognize that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against rulers and principalities, evil spirits, and then things begin to make sense. And this is only if you're looking at things from a fifth dimensional perspective, a higher perspective, which requires faith. Faith is believing in things that you have not seen. So the dance with a narcissist is actually an opportunity for you to level up, for you to grow, for you to heal, for you to strengthen your relationship with the Most High, and for you to be catapulted into your divine purpose. You will begin to learn to value yourself, to love yourself, and to understand that it is a blessing for you to be in someone's life. You will never have the desire to beg someone to recognize who you are in their lives. If someone can't see the beauty in you, too bad for them. That's their problem, not yours. Be aware, the enemy disguises himself as an angel of light through narcissists. Don't let anybody dim your light. Stay strong, saints, and don't forget to like and follow me, and I'll catch you in the next video. I love you all.